All right, gang. Whenever you're checking in week 2, understand that we're working on week 2. When you click on it, it'll take you right to the documents. It again may start a download automatically, especially if you're on a Chromebook. This will pop right up in your browser. All you have to do is click back on the previous tab or close that tab and it'll bring you back to Blackboard. Here are your required readings and activities this week. If you go to the assignment guide, which is right here, I already have it open because the internet's running kind of slow today, and you scroll down, make sure that each item with 3 asterisks gets included into your paper. So this week we have the muscular system and we have the cardiorespiratory system. Your muscular system case studies are posted in week 2 course documents, and work with your peers to determine the disorder and treatment. Make sure that we get all of them out there and we're responding to these. So you want to make sure that you're reading all the items in the discussion board. So you click on discussions. When it pops up, it's going to tell you if you have any unread posts. A quick shortcut to that is just to click on the unread posts. And here's the Zach Van Fossen post. Mr. Van Fossen, looks like you did an awesome job. The only thing that I would ask that you guys do is include your name and the case topic in your case number 3. So the diagnosis I would give the patient is scoliosis. So this should be skeletal system case number 3. And then when you look, you've done a good job of preventative measures. You've talked about what can be done to treat it. The only thing that you need is where did you get the information. So just at the beginning here, I got it from the MDA or wherever. Nash did a nice job with this in his post, and I pointed that out on the discussion board. So just be sure you're going in and reading those discussions. The other thing, there's been a couple questions on the papers themselves. So if you go to the assignments, you'll see the instructions for the paper, or the course documents, you can see the instructions for concept papers. It's also underneath currently working on. Weekly concept paper instructions. Don't get lost in all of this fancy mumbo jumbo that was used to make sure that the course is up and running the way that it's supposed to be. Whoops, Mr. Daniels needs to plug in apparently. Excuse me while I do that. All right, plugged in. Just use this section right here to check off the sections of your paper. Give me an introduction. This is a brief overview of what you read. Then put the information together. So you're going to summarize the key claims that are discussed by the authors and how they fit together. And then how do the items summarized above focus on and guide solving a real-world problem. So how does that work for the public at large? How does it work in your life? And then what things are you going to change, or what things did you learn based on the readings that you did that week? So just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here as a guide for you. If you need to double check any of your MLA formatting, you can check that here. And remember your weekly papers, although everybody did an awesome job on Works Cited, your weekly papers don't need a Works Cited. If you don't want to take the time to do that, you can simply do the parenthetical citations, since they're all provided resources that have to be in the paper. If you use outside resources, please go ahead and include that on your Works Cited so I can find that information and double check it. That is all for today. Again, if you have any questions, the general discussion board, this is the key spot for that. Okay, so go to the general discussion board and make sure that you are working in there with your questions about the course. Have a good day, and your papers are still due this Sunday.